It was 1 year ago today that Hamas launched an attack on Israel, triggering the ongoing war in Gaza. We spoke to local Jewish groups, remembering those who have died.
And transparency for trust. That's what the Battleground Police Department hopes they'll get after rolling out new body cameras today. Our Thomas Schultz has details about the program coming up. And
growing up with that kind of dual culture of the two languages and different foods and different exposure to holidays and different things like that was huge for me.
That is Oregon State University Hall of Fame gymnast Manny Rodriguez, and there she goes. She is the focus of today's Breaking Barriers segment as we continue our Hispanic Heritage Month coverage. The 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise starts right now. So we have all those stories to get to this hour. We also have a look at your weather. We're going to kick off this week with another beautiful day.
Not only a beautiful day, but possibly a record-setting day. How about this? Yeah, yesterday's temperatures were going to easily add 6 or 8 degrees to those. We were 75 yesterday. All right, here's the live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. You can maybe at home make out the silhouette there of Mount Hood in the distance, maybe a little haze, also some planes getting ready to land at PDX. Right at the airport right now, it's 50 with some light fog, and we do have some foggy pockets right now. McMinnville recording 3/4 mile visibility in fog, Eugene a half-mile visibility. Not nearly as widespread as it was over the weekend. 42, one of the cooler spots in Battleground. Tigard waking up to 46 as we slide down to the South Salem at last report, 48 degrees. The plan for today, once the sun comes up at 7:17, plenty of it. Lots of sunshine, temperatures by lunchtime in the 70s have got us topping out 84. The record is 85. How about that, Ashley?
We are close to that record later today. Well, we are going to start a little bit further south here, just north of Wilsonville, where a car has broken down. This car appears to be on the shoulder at this point in the southbound lanes near the exit there, and so it doesn't seem to be slowing down anyone at this point. But just a reminder for those of you heading through that area. Now we'll head further up I-5 at this point to Victory Boulevard. Plenty of elbow room out there as well. Similar story here as more folks join the morning commute on Interstate 84 at 53rd Avenue. We'll continue to watch these traffic impacts for you. China, Drew.
Ashley, thank you. Today marks 1 full year since a Hamas-led attack on Israel that killed roughly 1,200 people and triggered the ongoing war in Gaza. Jewish groups in Portland took time yesterday to remember those who have died over the last year in the war.
KGW's John Adams brings us more after speaking to members from 2 different local groups.
A worship service was held by the Jewish Federation of Greater Portland on Sunday night to remember those killed 1 year ago when Hamas fighters carried out a terror attack in Israel. Many others were taken hostage.
There are still around 100 hostages that are being held in captivity in the most horrific conditions in Gaza.
The October 7th attacks have led to retaliation from the Israeli military, which has caused thousands of Palestinian civilian deaths in Gaza. Another gathering held by Jewish Voice for Peace is calling into question the actions of the Israeli military.
We believe in JVP that every human life is sacred, and it is especially an atrocity to kill civilians.
The organization is calling on the U.S. government to stop sending military funding to Israel because of the bombings.
Because we are American Jews, and our tax dollars are going to fund and arm the Israeli military, we are complicit in the genocide.
The group is also asking the state of Oregon to divest in Israeli bonds as military activity expands to Lebanon and Syria.
Israel has made it clear it is not about the hostages, it is not about Jewish safety, it is about expanding their military hold in the region, and that's going beyond Palestine now too.
Horenstein disagrees and says the military is doing its best to protect the state of Israel against its adversaries.
It is tragic when innocent people die. Unfortunately, this is all because of a war that Hamas imposed on Israel.
John Adams, KGW News.
In other local headlines this morning, a water main break that left some people in northwest and southwest Portland with discolored water over the weekend is fixed this morning. The problem started after a major water main break Saturday morning near Northwest 29th and Eon. The Water Bureau hasn't said what caused it. Anyone who may have experienced property damage from this leak should contact the city.
In Tualatin, the mother of a first grader is suing the district for $350,000 after a teacher allegedly slapped her child multiple times. The lawsuit alleges a teacher at Byram Elementary slapped the student at least 6 times last December to punish him for standing on a chair. The teacher then told school leadership and was put on administrative leave, though ultimately was permitted to return to work. She has not been criminally charged. The district declined to comment.
A man who lost his business in a fire earlier this year is now supporting a new venture. His name is Chris Shimamoto. He owned the bottle shop called Barrio. A fire, though, at Portland Mercado back in January damaged Barrio and other small businesses there. Chris says he was fortunate to meet the owners of Collective Oregon Eateries as they were getting ready to open a new project called Publican Beer Room. Last week, Publican held its grand opening, and Chris was working behind the bar.
There was like hundreds of people that came out. So it just, there's nothing that heals your heart more than like genuine connection with people.
A lot of them was like coming for Chris, and we're really happy for that. We're really happy to have Chris, but also we love the fact that Chris is so authentic and genuine, and it's hard to meet someone like that.
Chris says while he has to move on from Barrio, he says he'll never forget the support the community gave both him and his bottle shop.
After years of planning, the Gateway Green project in East Portland is finally complete. The park features plenty of bike trails, a family play space, and a stage for performances. The group dedicated to developing the park, Friends of Gateway Green, held its grand opening over the weekend. Many who attended were excited about the improvements.
It's good having a giant place to bike around, especially because there is a lot of different ages and it's a big park, so there can be many different levels.
I love the airtime when you just feel the breeze in your hair and jump, and I feel like every kid should get to experience this.
The park is car-free, which means the only way to get to the trails is by walking, biking, or by transit.
Before we get to Chris McGinnis in the Weather Center, take a look at this. Photos from Crater Lake. Our executive producer here in the Sunrise Show was visiting there on Friday. A little time off, and man, it was a beautiful day to check out Crater Lake for sure. I think a lot of people who live around this area know that it is the deepest lake in the U.S. at more than 1,900 feet. Did you know, though, it's actually the 7th deepest lake in all the world? You may have known that too, Chris.
Did you know that it's also one of the coldest lakes?
I'm not testing it, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, well, so we've been there, actually during that hot summer of 2018, we dipped our toes in it. We're like, oh, that is cold. Anyway, a great weekend, obviously, to be down there. Okay, from the talk about the chill to how about October warmth. So how about this, 80s in October. I brought this graphic out last time we hit 80. We've so far done it once. We were also 79, and I'm pointing this out because the average number of 80-degree days in any given October in Portland is 1. We have had a number of Octobers where we have not hit 80 degrees. We're going to do it and then some today. In fact, I've got us all the way up into the mid-80s this afternoon, near record warmth in our Monday forecast. This is gorgeous. We are a little over an hour away from sunrise, and I don't see much in the way of fog on the horizon. You can see the silhouette there of Mount Hood off in the distance from our Wells Fargo sky camera. We have slipped to 48 degrees at last check at PDX. There is some patchy fog here and there. Otherwise, again, a clear morning. 45 in Beaverton now. Salem checking in with 48s, 48 in Bend as well. The big perspective across the region, there's not much going on today. Off to the north and west, you see this cloud plume here offshore. That is the leading edge of our change of weather coming our way tomorrow. But before that happens, we've got a really nice Monday on tap for the region. The beach should see plenty of sunshine. Astoria and Pacific City in the 70s. Through the Columbia River Gorge, mostly sunny for you folks with temperatures in the 80s, 82 for the Dalles with a offshore breeze. You'll feel that especially from Cascade Locks west towards Troutdale. Up and down the I-5 corridor, our modeling suggesting Vancouver as warm as 84. Salem may be upwards of 82, 83 degrees this afternoon as well. So patchy fog and then a sunny and warm finish to the day today. This is Futurecast at lunchtime. Our modeling actually has the valley easily in the upper 60s to low 70s by lunchtime. And 85 would tie the record high for today set just last year here in PDX. So record or near record warmth in our forecast for some of us today. We go from that to upper 60s tomorrow. What changed? The onshore flow. Lots of sun today, and then as I fast forward into tomorrow, the clouds kick in. We may even squeeze out a light sprinkle on Tuesday and Wednesday, and you see that reflected in our 7-day forecast. So near record warmth today. We dip a little bit Tuesday, Wednesday, and then whoop, right back into the 70s as we look forward to next weekend. Guys?
All right, thank you, Chris.